New tonight, at times our prisons can be like a war zone. So it should be no surprise that 1/3 of correctional officers have reported some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder, something more commonly found in combat soldiers. CBS 2's Kristen McPeak spoke with a former correctional officer who shares how his mindset shifted when he was working at the prison.
I was most comfortable when chaos was breaking out.
Earlier this year, the director of Idaho Department of Correction told lawmakers that correctional officers are 10 times more likely to have PTSD than the average person. A former correctional officer says there are a few reasons for that.
When you walk in the gate, you kind of put on this armor, right? And that armor is to help you have a thick skin, right? When someone tells you they're gonna hurt you or they're gonna kill you or all these things, it's just water off a duck's back. It doesn't even bother you.
Austin Legg left his job at the Idaho Department of Correction several years ago after working there for 5 years.
I absolutely loved working for the department. I've never regretted it a day in my life.
He worked here in the mental health unit, a place many correctional officers strive to work. But even though most officers want to work here, some have challenges that go beyond organizing inmates. One challenge is the constant adrenaline rush they face.
And I swear, there were times where we would be in, all hell would be breaking loose, and my pulse was probably at a 50. It's I'm at a resting heart rate because I was so comfortable in that situation. And when those things started happening is really when I kind of looked at myself what am I becoming? And am I happy with where I am? And once I started asking myself those questions, that was a lot of why I knew it was time for me to leave.
Another challenge is high turnover rate.
And the hard thing is the people you work with, because the turnover rate is so high, it's really difficult to establish a tight-knit circle of people that you trust and can confide in.
He says he also faced the environment inside these prison walls.
I can't show any amount of weakness to those guys. I can't show any amount of weakness to anybody. I don't want them to know. And that's part of the problem, is that asking for help and telling people that you're struggling with something shouldn't be seen as a sign of weakness.
He says walking in and out of these gates started as his job, but then
what you're going through out there is not normal. It is not normal life. I had a very hard time trying to fit back into what was perceived as normal behavior and normal life.
Now, IDOC's director says they're working to help employees with PTSD, and that includes improving mental health options.
I think it's critically important just talking about it and raising awareness and creating a culture where people feel comfortable coming forward and saying, I'm really struggling with this, or I'm having a hard time here. That it's taking care of our staff is one of the most important things that we can do.
Now, we are not done with this story. Coming up tomorrow night here on CBS 2 News at 10, hear why the director says helping correctional officers starts with helping inmates.